Hey YouTube, this is Nikki. I go by Minnie the Stylist, and I'm coming to you today with a sexy pixie cut and color demonstration. Today my model is the one and only Monica of Studio 55. Miss Monica comes in about every 2 months to get her hair cut. In order to keep your hair looking healthy, even if it's long, you must get your hair trimmed. Hair normally grows about a half an inch each month. She comes every 2 months, so I pretty much cut off about an inch and leave her with 2 inches normally. Definitely go over with your client what she's looking for each and every time. Don't just assume that because she was here 2 months ago that she wants the same cut. So I always ask what cut you're looking for. Monica pretty much wanted her hair cut the same length all over. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking pie slices. I start my first guide and I go all the way around. I normally start on the right side of the head by the temple and work my way around. So you see I'm just parting off. I'm picking up my guide each and every time that I pick up new hair, and I just cut around. So pick up your guide, follow the guide, cut, comb each and every time just so I can see how the hair is laying, and I pick up my guide again in addition to hair that needs to be cut, and I work my way around. I definitely use an all-purpose comb when doing this. Some people like to use a rat tail comb. Some people use a flat top comb. I'm more comfortable with the all-purpose comb, and I normally use the wider side. It just depends. Depends on the hair. As you can see at Monica's temple that her hair is fine, so what I do is to hide that. I always leave that hair out in the front. I really don't cut it as short as I would everywhere else. I leave that hair long so we can use that hair to mask the thin areas. You won't even see it. Watch. So I'm working my way around the back of the head. And I'm pretty much just doing the same thing over and over again. When you're cutting a pixie and they want the same length hair, to me, it doesn't matter where you grab the hair from. As long as you have that guide in your hand, you can start from anywhere. You can pick up hair from anywhere. The end result is that the hair is going to have the same length all the way around. If this is your first time cutting a pixie cut and you feel better in sections, part off the hair in sections. You can make a part from one side of the temple to the other side of the temple and just cut the sides, and then gradually start cutting the top. Me, I've been doing it for so long, I just grab wherever and just start and go for it. Still working with the top. Pixies are fun and sexy. Have fun with the cut. Do something different. Leave sideburns. Leave the bang a little bit longer. Normally, when I cut pixies, I might point cut when I get to the bang, but Monica's kind of edgy, so when I get to the front of her hair, I'm really just going to do blunt cut so her bangs can be more choppy. So as you can see, I'm just doing the same cut, really blunt and bold. And just cross check. You see that little piece of hair that I forgot? That's why it's always important to go over your haircut more than once. Sometimes I go over 2 and 3 times. Now, when it comes to the back of the head, some clients want the back of their head very short. And if they want it tapered and shorter, you can cut it with shears. However, using clippers speeds up the process. And she wanted it shorter. So the rest of her head is probably about 2 inches and the back is probably about 1/2 inch. I'm just shaping it up and tapering it. The shape up is important too. That is the finished product. If you have a clean neck and clean size, it really makes the pixie haircut pop. Some stylists don't use clippers, they use scissors. Either way, you gotta make the edges look bold. That's what brings out the haircut. And she is pretty much done. But we were not finished. After going home, Monica was like, this ain't enough. Think I want to add some color. Although the haircut is cute on its own now. She called me and she was like, you know what? I want to add a little spice. Nothing too bright. You see how I left that extra hair there and you can't even tell that her edges are fine? Perfect. Now that's how you do a pixie cut.
Yeah. So
Boom. Day 2. She's back.
She
She is back.
Blue here. I see.
Now we're debating on the color. She said she wanted to do like a midnight blue. So I chose Nautical Navy by Sparks. And I'm using the Influence Powder Lightener and 30 volume. I use 30 volume because I knew it wasn't going to take me that long to process the lift in her hair because her hair is short. So 30 would get the job done. Now if the client's hair was longer or thicker, then I would have used 20 because as you can see, the hair is already turning. She's going to go into the dryer, maybe about 10 minutes. She doesn't need to go that long because when you're putting in darker colors, the hair doesn't need to be that light. So there's no point of processing her hair or damaging it. So there you go. She's at a good strawberry blonde right there. We're going to mix up that Sparks Nautical Navy and we're going to put that in. Put her under the dryer for about 20 minutes. It's definitely going to darken up. And boom. And we were looking at it. First we were like, do we see green? Do we see blue? Like, what are we looking at? But we decided to go with it. Sometimes you need to see what the hair looks like once it's dry. So we're just combing through it. Preparing to mold it. Now I'm going to use the Influence Honey Almond Styling Foam. It is so bomb. It leaves the hair shiny. I love it. Now when molding a pixie, it's so important. People don't realize how important molding the hair is. Especially to the face. Like the mold says everything about the pixie cut. You always want to make sure it's smooth and you mold the hair to the frame of your client's face. It's so important to mold correctly. Once I'm done mowing, I'm definitely going to tie her hair up with extra wide sandy strips. This just holds the hair in place and allows the hair to lay while under the dryer. I normally take it off halfway through though. Look at that mow. Bomb. Under the dryer, we'll be right back. There she is. She's dry. Comb out time. I put a little bit of heat protecting sheen on it. Look how shiny her hair is though. And that turquoise bright color that you saw me putting in turned into this awesome navy blue with the hint of emerald green. It's perfect. This is definitely low-key, edgy. Someone will be like, she got color? Is it color? What color is it? But you can tell that definitely something has been done to her. It's not black, but you're going to have to ask, like, what color is that? This video does it no justice. It is beautiful. And there you have it. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment. She looks awesome. What a way to start the new year. And she loved it. I always go back in and just retouch up the shape up, just clean it up just a bit. But she is pretty much done, ready to go. I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. The sexiest pixie cut you could ever ask for. Mwah.